Hello everybody, Marco here, and this video is going to be about the stealth pen. The stealth pen is one of the coolest effects that I have initially learned and practiced, and I got some great reactions from it, and it's pretty easy to do. You can use this pen in everyday life for writing or whatever it is you need to do with the pen, What you need to do is basically borrow a bill from your spectator, explain to them, or have them write down the serial number. Once they write it down, tell them something. Okay, I always like to say that money is magical, because with money you can do almost anything you want in the world, right? But if you are able to fold the bill at a certain angle, at a certain point, you've heard of the Bermuda Triangle, you've heard how objects, behave weirdly. You can actually create the Bermuda Triangle right in the note here, right? And you just have to put your pen right here and focus your attention at that point in the note and watch very closely, right? That goes through. Of course, it is not it's not amazing, because all you have done is put the pen through the bill. Explain further on that the pen is really through the bill, okay? Now, I will say, that point where it went through, that is that magical point. I want you to focus on it, and I'm going to put you in a little bit of a hypnosis. I hope you don't mind, okay? So, let's focus on the bit that is rotating, right? Focus on the pen itself and just do a very quick motion and just be like, oh, there you go. Okay, so now they have the note. Hand them the note to check it out. Okay, so they take the note, and what they're going to find is that there is absolutely nothing wrong with the bill. Bill is fine. Of course, at this point in time, they will most likely be stunned, and they will be like, oh, well, what happened? That is interesting. The next thing usually they ask is, can I see your pen? Of course, hand them the pen and let them take a look at it. They can disassemble it, do whatever you want with the pen, and then reveal to them how you did it in a way that says to them, this is of course an added effect from the pen to bill, and say, well, I wasn't fair to you. I used a magical pen. It's called a magical stick pen. What happens is that this is my palm, right? And if I am just able to touch it, and if I just touch it and say, and just blow on it, something weird happens. What happens is that it gets stuck to my hand. Okay? It gets stuck to my hand. Now, you can also be like, you've heard of the levitating woman, like how they levitate a woman lying flat. You can do the same thing with a pen. Did you know that? And then, of course, go through this motion where they take a look at the top. Is there anything here? Is there anything at the bottom? They're not going to find anything, right? Of course, then you can just end it by just doing this and say, look, I can even make it stand up straight, and there's nothing here. How is it doing that? Of course, hand them the pen itself immediately after you do it, and say, sometimes with weights you're able to balance things, whatever. They will again examine the pen and they're going to find nothing, and then after they do that again, just to freak them out one more time, just look. Pen is in midair. You checked it out. Nothing wrong with the pen, So the pen through dollar is basically like a gateway into other effects that you can do with an ordinary ballpoint pen. There's Gregory Wilson's Pointless, where he does the thing with the direction. There is one more where the pen is on the table, and then you can use your psychokinetic powers and get it to rotate towards you, or rotate away from you. That's a really cool effect. Overall, I think that this whole thing is a lot of fun to do, and if you're going to do a little bit of a build-up, it's excellent for you to do that as well. So that is the pen through dollar stealth pen. Now, Oz Pearlman has got on his DVD, which I have, the note is actually able to appear within the chamber of the pen itself. Now, depending on where you live, in which country, I think with polymer notes, I've experimented with it, it doesn't work that well. Maybe in America it works better. But if you can't do that, then do what I just showed you. Magicians will know how I did that effect. But it's a lot of fun. It's easier to do. So have fun with it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And there's one more thing I would want to add. Many people own pens. They played with their pens their whole lives. It's a very ordinary object. If you can take this ordinary object and make it do something magical, that is a really cool thing to do. So remember, live extraordinary, skew the ordinary. Marco the Magician here. Till my next video, goodbye.